Madeline, hey, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Great. Listen, I really when I came to this show, I really felt like I wanted to experience it big. Everything I'd heard was big. And when I watched it, you do have big set pieces, for sure.
Yeah.
But the beauty of the show kind of hit me afterwards because there's so much the devil is in the details. There's so
Mm.
much happening with glances and just gestures, and it's really, really impactful in that way. How does that feel for you? How does it feel filming it?
I mean, it's it's one of the reasons why I love fantasy, is you can be in this fantastical world where anything's possible. And there are no boundaries, but we have very real, grounded people at the heart of this epic story. Like you said, the devil is in the detail. That's Robert Jordan was known for many things, but I think one of those things is his attention to detail, which has given us such a rich, immersive world that we can sink our teeth into. We've had an amazing time fleshing out our characters and being immersed in this world. Like you said, we have massive set pieces which were all built from the ground up. So we were very lucky to be actually interacting in these real spaces and cities and towns. So it's you have so many pinch me moments, but it's been a wild ride for sure. Yeah.
When I had booked this interview with you, my familiarity was mainly with the project Picnic at Hanging Rock, which I
Yes.
actually watched as well on Amazon,
Oh,
another book
okay.
adaptation. But this past week, I've been watching everything that you've been in. I've been
Oh my
watching
god.
Pine Gap and
Poor thing.
Tidelands and Ready for This and Eudora. And you're such an incredible, consistent performer in one sense, but also I'm trying to find a sort of a through line for your projects, sort of culminating in this one, because it's very much about, stepping into your own power. And you say,
Yeah.
reluctantly a little bit in
Yeah.
this case, but it does feel like kind of like your works are linked in a way that it feels
Yeah.
like, that this is sort of a coming together in a sense. How does that feel for you?
Yeah. Oh, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Like you said, I mean, you articulated that so perfectly. I feel like in a way, a lot of my work is kind of linked together, and I feel like the jobs that I've done have prepared me for this moment and for this job. This job is a marathon. It's not a sprint, and I share a lot of similarities and life experiences with Egwene that have really helped me, deal with this new chapter of my life. A lot of the themes and experiences that we see happen to our heroes, particularly our Two Rivers gang, is that, like you said, they're stepping into their own power. They're figuring out what their destiny is, and the part they play in the world. I feel like in my own way, I've really stepped into my power by playing Egwene, and have overcome some personal challenges that I didn't think I could do until I got over here and did them and relied on my wonderful co-stars to help me get through that. So it's been amazing how life has imitated art in some very unusual but wonderful ways.
How does that play into it? Because some of your scenes with Joshua, with Zoe, I mean, I really feel like, again, throughout your work, you're an incredible scene partner. You feed off of the energy of your
Mm.
fellow scene partners, it seems. What about in a show like this, where you're building on the books, you're taking what's in the books and you're making it sing? So how does that feel? How does it feel to act opposite these?
I mean, it's honestly, it's like a high. There's no greater feeling than like connecting with people, I think. You come home after a day of work and you're like, wow, we really tapped into some stuff together. I think that's what's so important about chemistry reads and casting, and Kelly Hendry and Rafe Judkins. Kelly, our casting director, and Rafe, our showrunner, have done an amazing job with casting, and and getting actors that have wonderful chemistry, which is so important, particularly for the longevity of this show. I think really like looking into each other's eyes and connecting. It's just so moving. Like, I'm so close with all of these people because of that work. I think it's something that, you know, actors, we're kind of like emotional sponges. You kind of absorb what people are feeling, which can be a good thing and a bad thing. But, you know, I think we've all been through a lot together, and that's what we do as actors. We use our life experiences as our resource, and that just helps us build our craft. You know, I've been told lots of times that, yeah, you know, you just need to get a bit more life experience, and you know, trust and behold, that definitely works. So it's amazing. I'm just so blessed to be working with such talented actors.
One of the other things that I had watched, of course, was the speech that you delivered when you were 13 years old for Indigenous rights in Australia. And I'm wondering how much, in terms of a show like this, it's so present, the diversity, the themes that maybe weren't quite in the book, but right. You know, it's never over explained, it's never sort of drawn attention to, but it's there, it's subtle, it's within.
Yeah.
You know, how much of that sort of runs through the theme of your work, and certainly within this project?
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's a really great question. Thank you. Yeah, I think when The Wheel of Time came out, it was very ahead of its time for the way, you know, the themes of gender roles and spirituality and equality were looked at. You know, in our 21st adaptation, we obviously explore those themes and gender, sexuality, and race, and that's what I feel sets Wheel of Time apart from other series, particularly in the fantasy genre, where it's a real celebration of culture and diversity. And I mean diversity on all aspects, not just like diverse people, but diverse ways of thinking and experience and beliefs. And that's also a reflection of the world we live in. And why shouldn't our art reflect that? You know, I think that's also what makes each individual person that is playing their character so brilliant, is they have their own unique experience and way of thinking that they can bring to this story. And that's what it's all about. And I think, you know, people are really going to connect with that and resonate with that, because they can find themselves in any one of these characters. And I think, you know, if I was younger and saw this show, it would just be so inspiring. So I hope it really inspires people of all backgrounds and ages as well.
Yeah, I was very inspired too.
Yeah.
Very curious about this idea about time, because, you know, the Wheel of Time, you perceive time differently. And for you, the announcement that you were involved in the show was August of 2019, which is still a long time, over 2 years ago, with, you know, a pandemic in there.
Right.
But
yeah.
how long do you feel like you've actually been, you know, how long has Egwene been like sort of within you? How long have you felt this project?
Yeah. Oh God, that was another wonderful question. Thank you. I mean, I feel like she is just a part of me. You know, I feel a lot of similarities within myself. I think the way I was raised in a very matriarchal family is also another thing that helped me find Egwene. She was raised by very strong women, so I've always felt, you know, other women's strength, and I'm very proud of that and my background. I feel like she's always been with me, and we continue to grow together. I'm not gonna lie, when I have times off, I definitely miss playing her, and it's like a second skin, and I find it very therapeutic to play her. She's very self-assured and determined, and you know, eager to learn, and I'm just so in awe of her, and her sense of duty is just incredible. She's unbreakable, and I would love to be a bit more like her. But I always feel her within me, and feel very proud and honored that I can be the one to, you know, be the vessel for Egwene.
I want to lastly build off of that answer, because you said this is a very female-forward project. You know, to see Uta directing and Sally and just to see the female spirit present within it. How important is that for you, and how much do you feel that? How much do you feel that on set?
Yeah, I mean, immensely. It's a real honor to look around and to just see such a variety of women that are playing, Aes Sedai's or the Tuath one. Like, this is what I've always dreamed of. It's such a colorful set, and safe. You feel that you can be vulnerable with these people, and people will look after you and take care of you. It's so important when we're telling a story about diversity that is reflected behind the scenes as well, and that is nurtured.
I just wanted to say that you inspire me and
Oh,
continue to,
thank
and
you.
it's been really such a pleasure hearing from you. I wish you the best, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Charles. It's been a really wonderful interview. Thank you so much.